popular culture has taught us anything, it is that someday mankind must face and destroy the growing robot menace.
Hello and welcome to day 24 of my 100 days of making comics challenge, or however you want to put it. It's 30 minutes each day of working on my personal project, uh, putting in at least that amount of time so that I make progress on something that's more important to me than all the other work I do combined. Um, it's one way of putting it. Well, today I ran into a stumbling block with the story, and it's I know I've given a lot away as far as like I feel I have. The story of Bright Eyes, but I have like points A and E at the beginning of the run, and uh, those I'm good with. It's the points in between that are giving me some trouble. So I probably worked over 30 minutes on that today, and I'm going to have to give it some more time. I'm just not happy with the construction of it, how it's panning out. Um, I've talked about pacing before, and I want to. It's like introducing a lot of characters that won't be long term for the most part. It's more important that the main character April, uh, we establish a good start with her. Um, Again, without really giving anything away. I don't know. This is more a journal for me than it is for you, dear watcher. Um, but you'll read it all eventually. I'm sure, each and every one of you. So yeah, this is gonna be really short. I'm going to show you a few comics in a second and talk a little bit about the topic, which is inspiration. So see you in a second. Well, I guess this is less a conversation or a dialogue about inspiration as it is a show and tell. I got some comics, and let's see how queer this shows up. Um, and everything's backwards, but if you look at that character right there, that's actually Bright Eyes. This is Word of Independence, if you could read backwards, which has over 100 characters in a mini-series. This is a pin-up book. This is a pin-up of a bunch of characters that for a book called Penance, which actually was supposed to lead into Word Independence, but it's going to be a graphic novel. Anyway, I inked some War Independence, I inked some Penance. Just wanted to show you that. Alright. I got a bunch of books here. had some books out in Brooklyn. I probably mentioned this at some point in storage, and my brother shipped them to me. I believe most of this was from that box. Um, but one of my all-time favorite independent um, early independent comics, and it was only one issue. And I really should have flipped the camera, but it's Night Music One. Um, Craig Russell, just stunning work. Um, it's a little bit Wally Wood, and the stark, like sort of black and white. I don't know however well you can see that, but he later did Killraven for Marvel. I believe he did that after this. I could be wrong. Let's have a year on it. This was published by Eclipse, a publisher way back when. 1979. Yeah, I'm not sure. But just really stunning. I mean, independents back then were. This is like prestige format, bigger than a comic. As you can tell, it's slightly bigger. It's, I guess, like magazine size, but wonderful interiors of a spaceship, and just, this is black and white with gray tones. Yeah, just really beautiful. P. Craig Russell was he inspired me as an artist, but definitely when I was inking, I just glazed over his work. It's just crazy, elaborate, beautiful, beautiful work. I don't know if you could find this, if it's still being printed. Probably not. But P. Craig Russell is actually an artist. Well, probably the only artist I ever admired who I actually met before my brother met him. Because my brother knows everybody. Usually he was introducing me to people, or I would find out after the fact that he already met whoever I met. Another one is Kevin Nolan. This is one of the modern masterpiece. Ba, 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 ba. Published by Tomorrow's. These are great books. They have so many artists: Alan Davis, Bruce Timm, George Perez, John Byrne. I think they had. This is one of the early ones, so it doesn't have everybody. But Kevin Nolan, for anyone, he's old style. His work is a little stiff. Not, he doesn't do action lines or anything like that. It's very illustrative. It's a little bit Mike Mignola. It's with a lot of feathering. I mean, his style has evolved over the years, but I wish I could like really show you and we pick out some good pieces. But Kevin Nolan, he inked a lot of Joe Quesada Batman covers early in Joe's career that were phenomenal. Joe worked his ass off of those, and Kevin Nolan inked them. Um, and it was just stunning work. I got to see those, the originals. Um, this is okay. This is okay. This is just like a sketchbook in back, full of odd drawings. But it's just, like, if you could see, it's really just spotting blacks, just in the right places, and beautiful line work. If it shows up on my camera, is it's full of great work, but yeah, I don't know if you could see, this is like more his earlier stuff. It's a little more sketchy. I kind of really like the style, but all of his work is gorgeous. Of course, I had X-Men #1 by what's his name? Jim Lee. um, this I forget, but like this was printed on like essentially cover stock. And it was very slick, very um, bright interior pages. Uh, but even though the coloring wasn't as elaborate, I kind of like the old school coloring a bit more, because just the boldness factor. It's just a simple pinup. But yeah, always a fan of Jim Lee. Sometimes he's a little stiff, but he did great group shots, and he oh no, it's a poster. Um, I loved his line work. He just threw lines everywhere, and it worked. Um, Another art inspiration is, I don't know if you know, this is Warren Ellis and Chris Sprouse, Ocean, and I should have definitely turned the camera the other way. Um, but he's very well. He does a lot of action stuff, but a lot of his work is quiet. Sort of like Kevin Nolan, like he doesn't really do action line, all that much. It's very a lot of people standing around, but it's. Let's see if I can. He is just ordinary girl and a guy talking, but the artwork is so tight. Um, let's see. This is an excellent book, excellent story. Yeah, like here's action, and it's. Well, he does have action line here, but he did Legionnaires for DC for some time, and yeah, I can't really show you much. But it is an excellent book. Another, of course, is Frank Miller. This is Ronin. This is a favorite of mine that Frank did, and this is very scratchy, feathering, kind of just before he did the black and white Sin City work. He went crazy insane with feathering, and this stuff probably it wasn't tight, but it probably took him a long time. I don't know. it's a little Morbius, and then it changes drastically style wise. It's like a early beginnings of what would become Sin City style. Here's the naughty scene, uh, and lots of little, little feathering, and um, but it's I love the way that he played with style throughout, and it worked. You know, like it went back before and forth between sort of different stories and time periods and evolution of the character and the style of the art portrayed that, so that you can automatically see like this is him in that phase and so on and so forth, and played with panels and layout, and there's a giant triple spread at the end or something. um, but you know, if you're gonna work in independent comics and you want to be unique and expand the format, then you know these are things to keep in mind. 100 Bullets, Eduardo Riso, and he also, you know, like somewhat similar to Sin City, somewhat similar to Mike McNullar ish. Um, the European artist, beautiful work. Um, just there's black and there's white and there's shapes, and you just everything's easily recognizable, but it probably took him. These are just great pages. Um, the construction of the page, just he probably had to pencil everything out, then figure out what's light, what's dark, and um, beautiful stuff. You can learn a lot just by looking at his work. Um, of course, X Men, John Byrne, uh, inked by Terry Austin. Tight, 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 tight. Beautiful. Uh, this is back in the days of a ton of word balloons. I look at comics now and think, oh, the word balloons are so tiny and I can hardly read uh, what's written. But Chris Claremont sure wrote a lot of words. I forget that. I guess that's why, partially why I liked the X Men back when, is it wasn't a 2 second read. Um, Dazzler, yeah, remember that? She's still around. What are these characters are like 60 years old now? Um, but just tight work, and it was just fun. Comics were fun. Um, let's see. I loved, like how he drew the Beast or Colossus. Man, it was just beautiful, beautiful work, and everything was so tight. And this gets into the Shire and Nightcrawler, and everybody was in this book. Uh, Good stuff. Alright, I just have a few more. I'll get into Charles Vess. Another modern masterpiece by Tomorrow's. Charles Vess did a very elaborate illustrative work. His work leaned to fantasy. He wasn't a superhero guy, although he did do a Spider-Man graphic novel. Um, but just beautiful. Let's see if I can. I think I met him at a con. I mean, just tons of cross hatching and line work, um, feathering, and this is like, a creative page that he did. What was that? Smoke and there's tree branches and yeah, very beautiful. Yeah, I love this. That's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, this episode's going long, I guess. Um, well, here's him doing Spider-Man, but that's unusual. um, he did a lot of Spectre covers. I mean, look at this. This Spectre, a mountain of skulls, clouds, mist, whatever. Um, Beautiful hatching lines and just so delicate and like an illustration master he was or is. Oh, should never say was. Okay, let's see. I'll go. Lots of people know Frank Cho. Frank Cho. Cho. His beautiful women. He has a beautiful Swamp Thing piece. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a huge Bernie Wrightson fan. Uh, Frank Cho incorporates a little bit of that into his work. I mean, his style it's subtle, but he is influenced by everybody. I mean, as all artists are, I guess, but um, just I mean, there's naughty bits in this one, but uh, just look at that feathering. Ah, it's gorgeous, gorgeous apes. I mean, even this like is simplicity in design, but elaborate line work and so tight. And these women are gorgeous, and I suck at drawing women. So why am I doing a comic with a woman, with a girl? Then he used to do, I forget what it was called, but the cartoon with main woman protagonist, Bev. I don't know. I forget now. It's been a while. But just did cartoony dogs and whatnot. It was funny. Very nice. Very sweet work. So, Frank Chu. Tim Sale had this hardcover book released of his work, and he's another artist. He started with a very indie. I mean, this is insane. This is just crazy. Crazy work. He started with a very indie, sort of quirky style. I don't know. I'm sure it has some of that. A lot of my books get damaged because I've been trekking around the United States with them. Great Archer. Let me show you some good stuff. he's worked on a lot of things, and a lot of people know him for those long ass Billy 99. I think that was that an early work? I forget now. But he had very heavy black and white work. Um, I really wish it showed more in little panels and stuff. Anyway, it's just have to take my word for it. It's just kind of like Gambit. He would just like do powerful figures and throw in big swaths of black, and this Wolverine here. Um, Beautiful work. He did the cover. It was sort of wash. Uh, but another master. This is Mark Schultz. This is a Kickstarter book. What's that? Just ad. Um, Cadillacs. He used to do a book called Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, which is where I first knew him and his work. I forget if he and he was influenced by a lot of the masters like Al Williamson and Frank Frazetta, and I'm sure a ton of comic strip Hal Forster and whatnot. But his work, his design, and just animals are awesome. Oops. This is. But yeah, Cadillacs and Dinosaurs was like insane for. I think it was a quarterly, but each issue took him longer and longer until he just gave up. He started years later. Was writing for DC. I'm not sure what he's doing at the moment, but here's a piece like this is his pencil sketch for it, and that's like the finished work. Just gorgeous, gorgeous lines, gorgeous, well executed design, expressions. Oh well, that's no, that's not. I'm not sure what that's for. Oh, it's just more design work. Anyway, still, even that, it's not finished work, but it's a lot of his pencil drawings in here. Okay, this piece. Yeah. Check this out. Yeah. If, however well you can see this, I'm not sure, but it's insane. He throws down chunks of white and black and meshes the gray in, and his design, and it's very old school, but very well executed. Um, and yeah, this went on for some time, but thanks for coming by again. I hope you subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I hope you enjoy these videos. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Ask me anything. And like. So, uh, like it if you like. I'll see you next time. Issue 25. Day 25. Uh, I don't have anything good planned. I know I'm going to be up all night working, so. Uh, lately, my schedule is flip flopping all around. But, okay. Um, I do possibly have a job which might save me from getting a day job, but more on that when I find out more. Alright, yeah, I can go on, but I'll leave it there. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care, be productive, and, be nice to others. Alright, bye.